Greetings, comrades. We hope you are okay wherever you are. We are responding to general questions on politics and the Zimbabwe exemption permits or any other migration issues around migration. So please do post your questions in the comment section and we'll be able to deal with those questions. And we'd also asked the comrades to send their questions in another platform. Comrades did send their questions. We'll be responding to those questions as well. My comrade in KZN is asking, Comrade Skumbuzo Mkobozi is asking about my views on one Rudendo. Some of you know Rutendo. He circulates a number of videos. I used to listen to videos, but I then stopped because I found him not progressive. I found him a dangerous tribalist, a reactionary. So I said I would not waste time on such characters. So to me, Rutendo is just a dangerous tribalist, a reactionary, a very unprogressive individual for that matter. So that would be my views on him. So I do not have the latest on what is posting because I've not been listening to him. Comrade Victor Nyoni is asking, what is your view on Mtwaga's Republic? We shared our view on this matter as communists, that we're advocating for what we call the reunion agenda, as opposed to restoring Mtwaga's Republic as it was in 1890 when Star Jameson drew a line separating the two territories, which was then went through the British Privy Council in 1896 and 1898. So we're not in support of such, but ours is to spoken about the reunion agenda. People have been divided by colonial boundaries. We think it's important as part of building unity in Africa to begin to unite the people. Comrade Patisi Wendlovu, you wrote when I was about to read, you quickly deleted. Maybe you're editing. I'm waiting for that comment. Comrade Tawana Tondoya says, when will our permit come out for some of us who have applied for other permits outside of the ZEP? It's been 1 year waiting. Like I said, Comrade Toyana Tondoya, we are not sure. We continue engaging the Department of Home Affairs to understand what is taking long. You'll also recall that at some point they had issued rejections to those that had applied for waivers, but that decision was reversed. So we're still waiting to hear from the Department of Home Affairs. We know that many people have applied more than a year ago and they are still waiting for the outcome. The minister had said has put a task team headed by the former Director General in the Presidency to preside over that process. So we do not know why it is taking this long. Comrade Kenneth Ndlovu says, Sithwele nzima Mabhena. I was just doing an interview with some journalists in the office some few minutes ago. We're talking about the challenges of ZEP holders, and one of the issues that we're raising in the interview is that those that will remain undocumented in South Africa who have been holders of ZEP, they are going to face numerous challenges. One of the challenges that you highlighted is that for the last 13 years, you have been having a bank account. If you are going to remain working like others that are not documented, would then ask some relatives to open bank accounts for them and these relatives end up squandering the money. So these are some of the challenges that people will be facing. That is those that will elect to work undocumented. And of course, we're saying with more undocumented migrants as compared to holders of ZEP. It was a journalist from Studio 7. I hope you will get a link so that to assist you to view that interview. It says, hey, Comrade Mapena, must you apply even if we don't have critical skills? How do we go about it? We've been saying this, Comrade Bajo, that if you think you qualify to apply, or even apply for a waiver. And we have said if you ask us or me in particular to say, like in your last question, to say how do you go about it, I'm blank as well. Because if you do not qualify, I do not know how you begin the process of applying. And I'm saying we've been trying to get the Department of Home Affairs to clarify through the letters that you wrote when you explained to them your own circumstances and asked advice from them on what you should do given your own circumstances, and that was not responded to. So that makes it difficult. Comrade Baggio, you remind me of Baggio, who used to play for Italy, who missed a penalty in the 1994 World Cup. Comrade Numzane Nkomose writes, it's a long comment. It says, when are you going to change the situation of suffering Zimbabweans? Comrade Komose, Che Guevara says, there's no liberator, liberators do not exist. The people shall liberate themselves. So no one is going to change the suffering of Zimbabweans. It's the Zimbabweans themselves. The people shall liberate themselves. So there's no messiah or a leader that is going to stand up alone and change the situation in Zimbabwe. It is Zimbabweans that will change the situation. The second comment or question says, when are you guys going to say enough is enough? Now ZANU must go. This is why we say Comrade Komosa is a struggle. Is the struggle is not an overnight thing. We're engaged in the struggle, not necessarily ZANU PF must go, but to defeat ZANUism, which exists in ZANU PF as a political party and in opposition parties. This is why we talk of building a democratic society. The next question says, and if you really want to change the currently ZANU situation, how do you start? And then it continues, don't you think talking about how ZANU hijacked the beautiful country is not enough? Now action is needed. I'm not sure what action is talking about, and then it talks about the brainwashed soldiers, and we have Zimbabweans that belong to political institutions, as you know, and Zimbabweans are engaged in real strike in Zimbabwe. People have been beaten up, people have been arrested. You also know about Kukuraundi. So you know about the 2008 violence, 2002, when in 2001 ZANU-PF created green bombers. So yeah, the people of Zimbabwe are engaged in a struggle for a better Zimbabwe. Comrade Duncan Maseko writes, any ambitions of becoming president of Zimbabwe? I answered this question that is not about an ambition. Mine is to make a contribution, working with the people, make a contribution. If the people think that I should occupy a public office, be it a councillor, a member of parliament, senator, president, it is up to the people. It's not about ambition. It's about availing oneself to serve. Comrade Harold, we agree, Comrade Baggio 7, that indeed Zimbabwe will be free, and in our political program as the Zimbabwe Communist Party, we say completing the liberation of Zimbabwe, because our liberation must be completed. Comrade Harold Mhlanga says, mina ngicela ukubuza umbuzo, uzizwa kanjani kwehlukana phakathi kwamaNdebele lamaShona kodwa singabantu banye beZimbabwe. Basically saying, what's your view about the division between the Ndebele and the Shona when we are one people? This is why ourselves were focusing on the class struggle. It doesn't matter whether you're Shona, you're Ndebele, you're a Tonga, or what tribe you are. If you are a worker, you are a worker. You belong to the working class, and you need to join us to eliminate, if that was the correct word, or to dismantle the capitalist system. It's not about the ethnic group. It's not about the nationality. Ours is an international struggle against the capital. So we are worried, of course, Comrade Harold Mhlanga, that people are divided along ethnic lines. And we believe our program will unite the people of Zimbabwe, will unite the workers of Zimbabwe, because we are not looking at an individual based on where they come from. Comrade Kenneth Ndlovu says, how many ZEP holders now in South Africa? The only figures that we have, Comrade Kenneth Ndlovu, is that in 2017, 178,000 ZEP permits were issued. We do not have any figure beyond that. Would have known if people, all of them, then had to apply, would have known, but we do not know the figure. But you know that unfortunately others have passed on since 2017. Others have relocated back to Zimbabwe. A small percentage is relocated to the that are helping. Comrade Patricio says, hi, hi, Comrade Mina, I got married 6 years ago. Manje, Department of Home Affairs, they made a mistake. My name. You need to go back to the Department of Home Affairs and correct the name. The Nelson Marshall, through the process of ZEP returning, exiting into Zimbabwe with one bag on payments, especially. We'll be getting more clarity on this from speaking to the Consul General, speaking to the Zimbabwean government on such issues. Once all has been finalized, they will let us know, then we'll be able to communicate. So we will indeed take you through that. Remember, we're able to communicate. So we will indeed take you through that. Remember, I also said they are also looking into attending those that have difficulty in transporting their properties when 30 June happens. So we will then give you more information on that. But remember that you are not going to be paying the duty for your two vehicles, but we will give you more information on that. And then in Comrade Jabum Hangami says, Belarus are friends of Putin, communists are friends of Putin too. Belarus are friends of ZANU-PF. So what's your relationship with the ZANU-PF? Seeing that you have so many mutual friends with the ZANU-PF who have no relationship as the Zimbabwe Communist Party with the ZANU-PF. The communists in Russia, they are not friends with Putin. They support Putin as far as we understand, based on the imperialist war that is taking place in Ukraine. So they are not friends of Putin as far as we know. We might be getting some challenges with internet because of load shedding. My internet is low, but I think this has been the last question that I was dealing with. I will respond to Comrade Enoch Zwizai asking about the CCC or ZANU-PF. We have no relationship with any of the two, but we will elaborate later on. Comrade Janet Changase, her question is not clear. Comrade Ambrose Pride Maposa says, I know the challenges. Yes, we continue to address the challenges around the permits. or ZEP. Yes, we are having problems, so we will stop here in terms of our internet connection because of load shedding. Otherwise, please circulate this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Have a great day. Goodbye.